Hi folks, and welcome to our course. My name is Jacqueline Walker. I am Professor Walker, and I am excited to have you this semester. Our English V01B Critical Thinking Through Literature course runs for 8 weeks. From October 9th is our official start date through December 1st. And I wanted to make a video just to say hi and to show you a little bit on Canvas, whether you're completely new to Canvas or you've used it before. Every Canvas course looks a little bit different the way we design it, and so I just wanted to give you a little heads up on some ways to navigate the course that will make it less stressful and easier. Super important that you are not stressed out while you're trying to learn, because stress and learning do not get along. So you want to be nice and calm, relaxed, and joyful as you're learning so that you're open and receptive to receiving all this beautiful, beautiful knowledge and ideas incorporated into what you already know and have experienced in the world as a human being. All these years that you've been alive, walking the earth, roaming the earth, however you do it. So this is our homepage, and it might change a little bit throughout the semester depending on what we're working on. But I tried to design it in a way that made it to where you could navigate the course in different ways depending on what works for you. There's always the sidebar. That is one of the best ways to navigate. It shows you the syllabus, the modules, announcements. We have our tutoring here. Accessing tutoring is super important. It's a requirement for the class, but it's also just great for you as a writer, as a student, as a learner. And so we have different ways to get tutoring or get feedback or help on whatever skill set you're working on or whatever essay or project you're working on. We have our quizzes. People is everyone in the class, and our grades. On the actual homepage in the center here, we're navigating through buttons. The start here with the pushing is getting started, and I'm just going to click on it to give you a sense of what it looks like. It's just the nuts and bolts of the class. One of the most important discussions for the semester is our porch talk, where we keep it real. If you have any questions, comments, concerns regarding the course, regarding life, regarding school, you can post them here. It's a really great kind of town hall space to have dialogue and to throw an idea out there or a need, and to have our community respond lovingly and kindly and somewhat quickly so you're feeling heard and acknowledged and valued. We have our introductions and names. This is how we're going to get to know ourselves as we begin a joyful semester together this fall 2023. Instructor contact, so you can contact me and see what my student office hours are. So my job is to serve you, is to be here for you, answer any questions that you have, and support you in whatever way that you need. If there's something on our course that's confusing or a link that isn't working, please let me know, because my job is to clarify communication and just to smooth out the flow of how we function together as a community. We have our syllabus and some of our Canvas basics. As we navigate, I'll just go back home so you can kind of see how the buttons work. These are just buttons that are linked to the different areas in the course. And then the bottom buttons here are for our units. There's 4 units for our 8 weeks. Each unit is 2 weeks. And so that's just kind of a simple way of us to organize our minds as we're navigating through the course. And then if you prefer to navigate based on the dates, you can kind of check out the dates here. It's really just dependent on how you think, how your mind works. If you're linear, then you may want to use something that's more linear. If you're more spatial, then you might want to use something more spatial. And then again, there's always this drop down here. If you click on modules, then you'll see all the modules come up. And sometimes that's helpful, because then you can kind of scroll through and see what's in store. A feature that I often use is this drop down. I usually close all of the units and areas and sections that I'm not currently working on, because I find them to be distracting, and it also makes it harder to find the actual week that we're on. And so for me, with my 5 classes, I always just leave the drop down for the one that we're on. We're currently starting Unit 1, which is short stories. We have 4 units, like I mentioned. We have short story, we have poetry, we have drama, where we're going to read a play, and then we have a mythology, the myth of Sisyphus, as our last endeavor. So again, those are the 4 units. And every unit will follow a similar pattern, where we're looking at readings, we're understanding the concepts of that particular genre. And for this first one, it's short story. So you'll engage in literary concepts and literary devices that are particular to short story and some of the other units, but they're units and devices that you have heard of before. So setting, theme, tone, symbol, those are all kind of vocabulary that you're somewhat familiar with. And now we're just relearning it consciously and practicing applying those concepts to our discussions to kind of light up the discussion and to take on the language of a literary scholar. And so that's our practice here. For Unit 1, we're going to check out the syllabus and we have discussions. We'll always have discussions that will be followed up by a journal log, a quiz, and then an essay. So that's our pattern here with the 4 units. Keep in mind that you are going to be assigned 4 essays. So you have 4 essay options within our units, our poetry, short story, drama, and then myth. And you'll choose 2 out of the 4. So you're only going to write 2 out of the 4 essays. If you are the kind of person that needs to check that out beforehand, then do that. If you're a planner, then maybe you can think about which essays you would be most likely interested in responding to with your writing. But that's the formula here, folks. We have a module here for writing support. Super important that you get the support that you need on writing. But this is what's happening for week 1. We have several discussions to enter us into, to usher us into short story. What is short story? How do we define it? We are made up of stories, and so this is a unit that is near and dear to your heart and will be familiar to you, and we'll navigate through concepts of short story and then looking at some short stories over the next couple weeks. Those short stories will be the focus of essay number 1. You can choose what you want to analyze and how you want to jump into it. There's always options for writing because options make for exciting adventures, and then you get to choose how you want to go about it. Keep in mind that you'll need a journal for the course, super important. Whether you have, like a smaller journal or a composition journal, you'll need a paper journal, and then you'll also need to create a digital journal, which is a Word document where you will be playing with some of the literary concepts from the readings. And so again, that's 2 journals, 2, 1 digital, 1 paper, so that you're getting both kind of writing practice in there. Writing practice is foundational for writers. This is how we hash out ideas. This is how we explore. This is how we become vulnerable. And so I would encourage you to really have fun and enjoy the journal writing process. You can sticker bomb your journal or get a journal that inspires you with a beautiful cover. The decomposition journals are awesome, a little pricey, but awesome. But get one that you're excited to jump into and that you're not afraid to get messy with and dirty, right? Because writing is art. It's a messy thing, just like a painter, right, with your words. So that's what's up with week 1 and really unit 1. And also our course. I'm super excited that you're here. I'm open and willing and ready to receive your experience and your knowledge and your wisdom in this course. I really truly believe that we are what an African saying is Ubuntu. We are a community where we become who we are by the grace and love and care of others. And so I'm really happy that you're here. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. You can email me, or again, you can hop on that first discussion, our porch talk. You can start here to cover the nuts and bolts, and then you can jump over to our first unit, Unit 1, short story. Happy that you're here. Have a great week.